Hey guys, DC here from the Christian Gaming Channel, bringing you a brand new episode of Sonic 3D Blast. Flickies are mysterious birds. They live in another dimension and can travel anywhere through large rings. I'll get to the rest of the intro later. Robotnik learns about the Flickies. I will change the Flickies into robots and have them search for the Chaos Emeralds for me. Using the infinite power of the emeralds, I can conquer the world. Sonic visits Flicky Island to see his friends, but the only thing he finds are robots. Robotnik made my friends like this. I must save them. Robotnik must be stopped. Sonic starts to defeat the enemies in order to rescue the Flickies who are trapped inside. Go, Sonic! You can warp through the big rings with the help of the Flickies. Chase after Robotnik and defeat his plans. Anyways, welcome to the latest Let's Play of Sonic 3D Blast. This was actually the first game I Let's Played on this channel, way back when. And ironically, I never chose the game initially because I liked it at first. I actually learned to love this game a lot later. But it was the only game that seemed to work through Microsoft's game DVR at the time because I didn't have a graphics card. All I had was a integrated GPU and a CPU. So that was my only reason for playing this game initially. But I've learned in time that I actually really enjoy this game. It's really fun once you give it a chance. Anyways, this is post-commentated purely because I couldn't do live commentary at the time because my allergies were absolutely kicking my behind. But it is what it is. Anyways, we're going through Knuckles stage. As you can see here, it's a rickety bridge over a river. And we're going to try and collect our Chaos Emerald. You can only collect one Chaos Emerald per world in the Director's Cut version of the game, which is what I always play, because it's just by far and large so much better than the original game. If you want to see some development stuff, you can go look up Game Hut's channel, and he's the original developer of Sonic 3D Blast, so this is his hack that he did of his own game. And it's really good as well. So I encourage you to check it out if you're interested in Sonic 3D Blast. Anyways, we have our emerald. And as you can see, we also lost all of our rings. Very much in line with Sonic 2's checkpoint system. Next, we're going to break this wall, and we're going to get this monitor. Now, the great thing about the golden shield, for those of you who have never seen it before, it's the homing attack, actually. Way before Sonic Adventure ever existed, we had the homing attack in Sonic 3D Blast. Which is pretty cool. We have all our Flickies now, so we can hop into that giant ring right there, deposit them, and go on to the next segment. Yeah, if at all possible, always try and go for a golden shield and maintain it, because the homing attack is so useful. Especially with an isometric perspective. Now there is an alternate path that you can take that isn't so windy, and it was probably the better path to take, but I never bothered with it for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. But here's the change with the Director's Cut edition. With Speed Shoes, you have invincibility. You can't destroy enemies on contact, but they can't harm you either, so it's kind of a lesser invincibility in that respect, but it's a nice touch. Especially since you can't really see where enemies are sometimes. As you can see here, the homing attack can get you in trouble sometimes if you're not careful, because it'll just launch you straight downwards, which could land into spikes if you are not careful. But we have all the flickies. We're going to collect our last token, which is something I am going to do my level best to do in this game. Attempt to collect all the tokens. Why? Because it's fun. They don't really do anything for the game in specific, but why not? That's Act 1 done. And as you can see, we have our 1 emerald for that world. I will not be going back and doing the time trials because I don't have that level of patience to deal with the extremely tight time limits for that. So I'm going to save myself a lot of stress and not do that, because that would probably be at least maybe an hour or more worth of footage trying. Anyways, that was our new enemy back. Oh, and there. They're basically kind of like a buzz bomber of sorts, and they patrol the area. They don't do anything too much outside of that. And the weird little tube enemy things, I don't know any of the official names for any of these enemies. They now have spikes, which gives them a little bit of protection so you can't just roll straight into them. And as you can see over here, we have Knuckles, but we don't need to visit him because it's just more worthwhile to collect rings inside the level and get a 1-up rather than just lose all our rings on him. Because once you select either Knuckles or Tails in the level to bring you to a special area, after you collect the Chaos Emerald, they only give you an extra life. So it's not all that worthwhile. Unless you're like at the end of the level and you only have 50 rings and you know where they are. You might be worthwhile then, and only then. And as you can see, we got the speedy invincibility right there. Now the differences between this version and the Saturn version, as far as I'm aware, are mostly graphical with the exception of the special stage. That is an actual 3D half-pipe with really, really great music. And I don't own the Saturn copy of the game, nor do I own a Sega Saturn. And I'm probably not going to go out of my way for that because the Sega Saturn really does not have that many Sonic games that are exclusive to it for me to want to own that system. Although Daytona USA is kind of tempting. Anyways, got our another token. Got our extra life too. Those monitors aren't very common. I feel like they're more common in the 2D games than anything. Anyways, if you take that cannon, that should launch you to where Tails is, if I'm not mistaken. And he can help you get an extra life if you want to take that path. And here we have another enemy. The Caterpillar, who decided to just be a dolphin, I guess. And there's our last token of this level, as far as I'm aware. We just have to get to it. And thankfully we only need 4 flickies to get to this token. Probably less than that actually, but still. Net our last flicky and get to the goal. And on towards to Act 3, the boss act. This boss fight is fairly simple. Robotnik drops a spike ball. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. He drops a spike ball and it attempts to follow after you. You wait for him to go down and grab it and you can hit him. Sometimes if you're quick enough you can hit him at least 2 or 3 times. 2 I know, you can do 3 maybe. But if you're not careful, you will lose rings like that. One thing you can notice if you watch the water next time it's on screen and Robotnik gets hit, the water will start flashing. Well, that's a fun little glitch. And as you can see right here, actually, yep, the water's flashing like crazy. Well, that's one boss down. A whole lot more to go. But thank you guys for watching this episode. Remember, Jesus loves you and Christ is King. Bye.